Okay, important question here. What do you think of Donald Trump?
I don't know, Derek. I really don't. I cannot fathom the man out. That's basically all.
Sounds like a good honest answer.
Yeah.
There's not many of them going about. You might be the first one I can remember hearing.
I've got to say, just from listening to what I'm hearing of news and that, he's always going to upset some people. But I've got to say, I've got to agree as a common person, he has some good points and he has some crazy points. So
yeah, okay, there's a question mark over torture.
yeah.
Give it that. Right, but I mean, hey, he's proved that he's willing to look at things, listen to people and change if he needs, and he has done that.
Yeah.
What more can you ask for?
And he can speak with a common person.
Yeah, in fact, they call him a blue-collar billionaire, which is a great thing. How many billionaires like the common people who actually like the common people? Come on. Yeah, come on over, join in.
So
I'll have to go over to you then.
Break the camera.
Important questions about the EU, or what you think of the EU. What do you think of the EU?
Well, I don't think
Why not?
because
You'll have to come closer because I want to pick up your sound.
for me personally, we started paying import tax and blah blah blah, all that for bike parts. It's the only thing
Hang on a minute. Not necessarily.
but-
Who says that?
well, it'll go back to the old way.
Because remember, it wasn't like that. Because remember, it's not.
It'll be a lot more
It's not in the
It'll be a lot
interest.
more complicated.
It's not in the interest.
but
It's
you
not
put-
in the interest of any company to slap tariffs.
I know that,
Right.
But I mean, there's still. I get parts from America,
Yeah.
and it costs me an arm and a leg.
They're not in the EU.
I know.
You'd be paying more
know,
for
but-
them now because they're not in the EU. If we weren't in the EU, you'd pay less for them.
You'd pay less.
Parts from
It's a
America.
free trade. Because you think of it, as a person living in the islands of Scotland, you're not even classed as part of mainland Britain. We are classed as offshore.
Really?
So we are paying through
Oh,
the
I
nose
know we are anyway.
for even
I mean,
deliveries from our own
believe you
company,
me.
which
Yeah.
is
Believe you me.
bonkers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we should not be classed as offshore just because we haven't got a bridge coming down.
Remember, our taxes are higher because of the money we fork out to the EU. It makes our taxes higher. It's got to come from somewhere.
So everything's so complicated. I mean,
But
it's hugely
The
complicated.
truth is,
I think going back to all that
do you know what's
carry
made
on
it
again,
complicated?
it's just
There's no
gonna-
carry on. This is the carry on. We are in the carry on. The carry on is from the EU. If there was no EU, there'd be no carry on, right? The truth is, it's complicated simply because people make it complicated by bringing up things that are irrelevant, right? Like, I'm afraid what you just said, right? Because, right, the EU brings in a mountain of legislation and overcomplicates everything.
Oh, I know that.
If we're not in the EU, we have, this is all gone. It's all gone. All of it, gone.
I don't know.
Why
I don't
not?
know.
It's like if you left a club, the club would no longer have to worry about the club.
Well, put it like this, how many times has Britain ended up in a recession outside of the EU?
Well, recessions. I mean, the EU itself causes a recession.
Yeah,
It's
that's
in
what I'm
recession.
saying, but
It's
see-
in a continual state of
See,
recession.
before we were in the EU, is there a history of recessions in the British?
Well, there's always that kind of. Relatively speaking, there's always boom and bust. There's always prosperity and so on, and boom and bust.
When the states go down, the
But
rest of the world goes down with it. You know.
Yeah.
But that's global economy.
Yeah. But the point is, you've got the normal global economy anyway, which kind of goes up and down in its own way anyway, right? That's it, that's life. But with the EU, the problem with the EU is it doesn't work. It doesn't actually
It's
work.
not working.
Yeah, it can't work. Right.
I'm just a wee bit scared of undoing everything that's been done, and then how long is it going to...
Everything that's been done is bad. Everything that's been done is bad. It is. Yes, it is. Okay.
That's a question.
There's a gravy train here called the EU, and if you're riding that gravy train, you don't want to leave it.
I
Right?
know.
Well, that's human nature, right? And there's a lot of people on the train, quite a lot, and they shout about jobs. Well, too bad if these people lose their jobs. Too bad. I mean, especially the bureaucrats, which are getting paid an absolute arm and a leg.
Yeah.
So, more importantly,
I'll look into it more.
what do you think of Donald Trump?
My cousin.
Oh, right. We have a relative of Trump here. I hope you're listening. Okay, what's the relationship?
I think his granny and my dad's granny, or his granny's granny and my dad's granny were sisters.
Great.
Something like that. No, there's nothing great about it.
I think it's great. What do you think of the man?
Yeah, an old dark horse.
What do you think of the man?
I have no idea. I don't. I don't follow politics.
It's unusual to meet someone. I mean, that's two people now I've met that don't have an opinion about Donald Trump. I don't believe it. When have you ever heard of such a thing? This is incredible.
I keep out of politics.
Okay, what do you think of open doors to immigration? Just having the doors wide open to as many immigrants from the EU as possible. And but yeah, exactly. And what about Syria? You know, there's wars. There's the war in Syria, the war in Iraq, and so on. And we've got an avalanche of refugees. You know, fighting to get in.
I don't mind. Don't mind a certain amount of refugees. I underline, but guys coming in just to feed off the nation is a wrong.
Yeah.
So much.
Especially that you know nothing about them, right? And there's plenty of them are criminals, and who knows how many of them are actually insane Islamists.
What about, like, you know, what I don't get is how come to get people from like Albania coming in.
Yeah, but that's another government ploy to full, because these immigrants, unfortunately, are taking jobs that are local. But do you think once they come into this country, it makes our government's employment figures look better than they actually are? You know what I mean?
Well, it
because they
depends.
come in as a working resident, so they then go on to your government.
Why don't they have something like they have in Australia? You know, the
Point system.
yeah, well, point system, and you can stay here.
Yeah.
You have to work for 5 years for a start before you can get anything at all. You know. I would move to some other country if I could think I was going to get a whack of money. Compared to what I'm getting
These are poor countries, so these people are used to having very little, and then they're going to get free money here, right?
It's all relative, but it still won't be.
But the point is,
They will be better off.
you can't blame them personally. for
No, I
not
don't
right.
blame them personally.
But it cannot work. It just cannot. It's not sustainable, right? And you've got the jobs, right? You bring millions of people in. Right, they're going to do all the jobs, all the low-paid jobs, because they don't have any. They're usually illiterate things, right? So it's only going to be the low-paid jobs. So all the locals are going to have no work, right?
A lot of people
Which is going to increase the unemployment.
What's this politics?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a camera going on.
Right.
So what's Yes.
Well, we'll see what Don thinks.
I agree.
Agree with what?
Anything.
What do you think of Donald Trump?
Huh?
What do you think of
great.
Trump? I think he's great too. Yeah, very good.
Yeah, he's great, man.
What's the best thing he said?
Done.
Slaughter the Muslims.
Okay, that's a wee bit strong, eh? What do you think of the EU? Do you think we should stay in or leave?
Ignore it.
Oscar doesn't mind as long as there's beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stay in or leave the EU?
Oh, out.
Oh, nice one. So, Stevie wants to stay in. Well, he thinks he does. I think he might think about it though and change his mind.
I don't know. We'll see it.
Out is right.
You like it?
Yeah. 5 years.
Yeah.
Is that you happy?